This is an old Revolutionary cemetery.
I think it's important to walk the ground, step in those footsteps. You may find nothing, and there are many times I've found nothing. There are other times you will come across something, and that something will change your whole approach to the story. 2 German graves, families, 3 or 4 dead from the Civil War.
Okay.
Nothing which establishes a major German community here.
I'm sure the Nazis and the German names aren't too well liked around here now, right? I mean, maybe they just bulldozed them over and they buried them. It's like a whole different section over here.
Yeah, it's much more modern now.
Pablo,
Yes.
all these walls are relatively new?
Yeah, they were renovated like 30 years ago.
I could see like an existing wall that was pretty much new, 20, 30 years old. What is that? And then behind it was another wall that looked pretty old. Hey, you think it's possible that I can get a ladder and maybe get up and take a look? Evidence is certainly scarce, especially with a case like this that's 70 years old. So you've got to look in every corner, every crevice, underneath every rock. You leave no stones unturned. Oh, look at this. This must be an old wall over here.
You got spaces behind, right?
Yeah, there's a space behind it. Pablo,
Yes.
come on up here. Take a look at this.
Let me see.
Look on the back side of the stone. See it right here? Can you get down there? This camera, GoPro, just set it in front if you can. Just stick that down in there, see if I can see anything at all. You drop it down.
I
The
saw
words?
I saw words.
What'd they say?
I don't know.
I think it's German, no?
Gerard,
Yeah.
you got a pen and a paper?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Lower that down maybe a little bit more. H-I-R-U, yeah, H-E-D-E-U-T-S-C-H.
Literally, it's here lie German soldiers. It's a bit weird, a bit strange. Here, behind a wall, in a quiet graveyard in a little town in Spain, it looks like there are actually physical remains in this cemetery of German soldiers.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, very.
There's something else? Hold on, there might be dates or something here. No way. Is that a swastika carved in it? You gotta be kidding me.
There would have been hundreds of Benedictine monks here. Sanctuary is something the Catholic Church has always offered to people. But in this case, we have to find out if sanctuary was offered to Adolf Hitler. Yes, this is it.
Hola.
Hi.
Hi.
The team makes contact with Galician historian Javier Quiroga, who has spent years writing a book about the Samos Monastery.
The place is amazing, but we're here to look at the movements of Germans, escaped criminals, through Spain at the end of the war.
Sì, realmente è che este edificio tem moita historia escondida.
This place has lots of history.
In that period,
Yeah.
Desde o ano 1930, 1970,
In 1930, it was an abbot here called Mauro.
okay.
He was very close to Franco. Mauro had a lot of power because it was supported by Franco.
What we have here is an abbot, very close to a very close associate of Adolf Hitler, Cisco Franco, the dictator here.
When the German war ends in 1945, they began to come to the monastery. Here in the monastery, there's a lot of German military dressed like monks.
eu teño lido esta expresión exactamente. Dicir, incluso se falaba da ruta das ratas.
He said that Germans come here in the monastery because it's the way to be good, the route of the rats.
La Ruta del Strato.
And they used to do false documents to give them a new identity.
This isn't just a part of a rat line, the escape route for Nazis. This is a hub that connects the submarines to the city of Vigo. Next stop, South America.
Also, he was talking with many monks of that time.
period,
Yeah. And a man who worked here when he was 18 years old, he said that he saw here with his eyes Hitler. Here? Yeah. Yeah.
When was that?
He said that the 1st of May of 1945.
Hitler was here.
He said so.
heads off to investigate one of these mysterious tunnels that could have provided clandestine access to the property.
So this goes outside of the walls of the monastery?
Yes.
Okay. We don't know where that leads to.
Not yet.
All right, let's take a look. Time to be a tunnel rat. About 50 yards on a tunnel that was up top, and now there's a smaller one underneath it, which you had to crawl through. This thing goes pretty far.
Bound to have seen Hitler if he'd escaped from Berlin, and anybody who claims to have seen him, we got to talk to.
Absolutely.
An eyewitness who claims to have seen Hitler in the Samos Monastery is alive and has agreed to speak with him via Skype from Venezuela, where he now lives.
Why was he in a position to be able to see Hitler?
I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Who is this person? How did he know the information? Did he actually see it? And why should we believe him?
Hello. Okay, hello.
Thank you so much for your time. We have some questions for you. If we go back for a moment, how old were you in 1945?
15 años, sí.
What were you engaged in?
Construction.
Okay, great. What I'd like to ask you, just in general terms, what you saw, if anything, related to Germans or Nazis in Spain.
En el año 45,
1945, I was doing secret construction inside the monastery in Samos. We had to build secret compartments, like tunnels.
los alemanes,
And these Germans were Nazis?
alemanes nazis, sí, nazis.
Yes. And one of these guys was Adolf Hitler. He was right there. He wasn't wearing mustache or anything.
No, Hitler.
So, just for clarification, which month?
Mayo,
May
mayo,
1945. I realized he was really Hitler because of the airplane.
Tell me about the airplane.
me fui a trabajar a otra parte.
I went to another town. The first thing I saw in this new town was a German airplane. The airplane landed in a potato field that this old man owned. I asked him how many people came in that plane. He said it was 5 people, and they were Germans.
Did anybody that you know saw Hitler and get off that plane and told you this?
The owner of the farm, many times, he kept asking that, do you think it was Hitler? And the people said like, yeah.
So Hitler was on that plane, is that what you're saying?
Corroborating testimony to the events surrounding this plane's landing.
Actually.
Buenas tardes. One of the most difficult things about handling an investigation like this 75 years on is that there are very few, if any, living witnesses to what actually happened. If we're going to tell the story properly, we need to speak to people who were witnesses at the time. Entonces,
Ahí entonces 18 años. Yo estaba en el río con una caña cazando turquía.
He was fishing by the river.
No pensé nada, me asusté un poco y me cogí, pero ya vi que pasaba para delante de mí.
Did the plane crash?
No aterrizó.
It landed.
what markings were on the aircraft?
No doy cuenta, si había no.
There was no paintings at all.
Who was on the airplane?
Sí, eran unos
¿Cuántos?
4 o 5.
He saw the pilot stepping out the plane
Okay.
and a few soldiers.
Hey, Pablo, you think they could show me on my map where the plane had landed?
You have to walk the ground, meet people, talk to locals.
This is where the plane landed, aquí?
And what we're getting here, muy interesante. Thank you very much. German planes landing in northern Spain. This is worth investigating.
Have arrived in the Canary Islands to investigate whether Hitler could have used these remote Spanish islands as a stopping point in his U-boat escape to the shores of Argentina.
Why don't you speak to him first, okay?
Yeah.
Through local contacts, they have tracked down a crucial lead.
Hombre, don Francisco.
Francisco Kapoff, whose family owned one of the largest German businesses on the island in the 1940s, a shipping company known as the Warman House.
His grandfather was the chief director of the Warman House. Era ingeniero naval.
No, y también había ingenieros alemanes.
¿Y qué hacían aquí?
Porque aquí pasaban barcos que venían con tropas.
Okay.
Combatía el cotier. Bueno, cuando venía un submarino averiado, quien iba a reparar era él.
So when German U-boat arrived here, anything that needs to be fixed, they did it.
Pero el torpedo lo cargaban aquí, en el barco, después lo llevaban fuera. Ese es el tema. Lo cargaban, lo sacaban de los túneles.
He's telling me that they did not just repair the U-boats.
Okay.
They also supplied with food and guns and torpedoes. Apparently, there was in the island storage for torpedoes, some tunnels.
He was the first person to be able to explore these tunnels, to take a look at what was here, why it was here, and how it got here.
Son 7.000 metros cuadrados de túneles.
7,000 meters of tunnels around here. They have a natural ventilation and mechanic one.
Okay.
The mechanic one was used when trucks got in.
Less than a mile from the sea, these tunnels would have been a short drive to potential U-boat landing points, while the surrounding hills would camouflage the tunnels themselves.
You can drive trucks through these.
Yeah.
Sí. Los camiones entraban, tenían para la bajada de torpedos.
That tunnel from there, that's the torpedo one.
Can we take a look at these tunnels?
¿Podemos visitar los túneles?
Sí.
These are entrances here, these two. That's quite incredible.
Here we're surrounded by military installations. The Nazis built underground like cathedrals above ground. They're serious in their scope and size, and this feels very Germanic. It's incredible. We have no idea what was going on these islands in the dark days of World War II. It has an amazingly dark history, and it's something that must be told.
Frozen case. Evidence is gone. People are dead. To have access to this living eyewitness, almost 70 years later, that's huge. We would like to ask him some questions about the history of the German community here.
Tiene una historia grande.
He's got a big story.
Tuve en la escuela, formar filas, todo eso, pero en la escuela.
Standing lines.
Fila de tres. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Drill, military drill. Okay. Were the teachers in the school supportive of the Nazis?
Pues sí.
Did they fly the swastika flag at the school?
Sí.
Yes.
They did fly it. I have one more question. I want to push a little bit here. Was he part of the Hitler Youth?
¿Era parte de la juventud de Hitler?
I never even imagined that I would come and talk to people about something that occurred 70 years ago, and I would see anxiety, reservation, fear, but that's how it is.
Look, can't force him to tell us. Okay, we're done. We know, yes, there were Nazi sympathizers here. Thank you very much.
Muchas gracias.
Yes, there were Nazi activities at the school. Is there ability in the area to build a significant underground facility? We're about to find out.